Hey y'all, I'm super excited about today's video because we're going to be talking about kitchen trends. We finally have enough projects that are under construction and that are getting near finished, if not finished, that I can show you what we've been doing and what I've been designing for these kitchens. But I will say, as we talk about these trends, I do design the kitchens so that they will be lasting. I really do like to think of them in terms of the architecture of the space and that they fit in. So we're gonna look at the Smiley kitchen first. Let us know what you think. What I really love about the Smiley kitchen is that we took an old dining room and we turned it into the kitchen, so it had a nice big space and a big fireplace. And then what was the original kitchen, we turned into the scullery. So it gave the owners a nice big space to have kind of that live-in kitchen area with a nice big island. First of all, the marble has this really pretty pattern and is much more decorative, and it kind of is an art feature, if you would, in and of itself. So we did that, and then of course we've got this island, and islands have been here for a long time around, but we've got this really beautiful detailing on it that almost looks as if we found an older piece of furniture. And then we took that old detail, thinking that this was kind of a piece in and of itself, and we used completely different detailing on the back side of the island. And this is much more modern. We call this kind of a mini shaker detail. And then obviously the stove is so beautiful, where we've got the stainless and the brass. And again, you can see we've got a really good utility stainless sink, and we've got the brass faucet. And then you can see we don't have any cabinets, upper cabinets, but we're going to have some really pretty sconces, and we're going to do some floating shelves here. And then we've also got some statement pendants in the middle. And then we're going to do a copper hood. So not only do we have stainless and brass, we're all going to do copper to bring it up. And then this piece is really as if it was a piece of furniture in and of itself. So there's really this idea that I love using where I want pieces to look more like furniture pieces that have been brought in, as opposed to your typical all cabinet built-in kitchen. And I also do that with open shelving. It's no longer about big built-in kitchens. It's about kind of giving them a difference. But we tied the pieces together with these two colors. Also, something that's going on a lot is that you don't see an all-white kitchen necessarily anymore either. So you get this darker color, it ties the two pieces together, and we've got some beautiful doors that are going to go on this, so it's almost as if it was a found piece, and we used a different marble than this marble, even to emphasize that more. And then of course we did this really beautiful brass inset. Again, we've got to get the hardware in on it. And I want to introduce everyone. In the meantime, I just got sidetracked. I might introduce everyone to our newest member of Atelier Design. This is Daisy May. She's a standard poodle, and we just got her 2 days ago, so I'm in the midst of puppy training as well. So we're super cool, super excited to have Daisy May here. And then if we go into the scullery, and if we come into the scullery, which is almost finished, this is a little more of a built-in kitchen, but we're using a whitewashed wood, which wood tones are really kind of coming back in. It needs a little more white to give it a little more finished of a look. And here we use, this looks like your old white Carrera. You can see here we've got the floating shelf with these beautiful unlocking brass brackets from DeWalt. Again, we changed the detailing, right? We're going to have beautiful panels here for the refrigerator and freezer, hide the dishwasher. This is actually a commercial dishwasher up under here. And then we're tying things together, right? Because we've got this beautiful brass inset here. And then on this side, we've got something totally different going on. We've got these bins. We actually have these bins made. You can see they're triangular in shape so that she can put fruit, apples, bananas, pears, oranges, whatever, all up here. It's kind of a real pantry. And then these bins for like dry goods. with this detail, and then we're gonna have these really pretty doors, so we'll have to show that to you when it's all done. And also here we brought in the copper lights. And again, we're gonna have unlacquered brass finishes, and we're gonna have the stainless sink, no upper cabinets, just this beautiful lighting, and she can keep all kinds of stuff up here, so it's kind of fun. All right, so another kitchen, talking about kitchen trends. We looked at one before where we used a lot darker colors. So this is a little more quiet of a version of a kitchen, a little more traditional, but it's really beautiful. But again, we brought in some color. As you can see, we use this really pretty light gray on the island, this beautiful marble slab. Of course, we've got the brass accessories. We've got the open shelving. Right in the middle of construction, as I was looking through the shop drawings for the cabinets, I decided that we really needed to open it up a bit, that it was too built in, and that we needed to open it up with some open shelving, which I just love. And Leah, as you'll see, has the most beautiful accessories and pieces to style it with. Of course, there's our refrigerator freezer. So again, and then, you know, it's just this really pretty color. We have a more modern light fixture here. It's got to be lowered, which of course we need to get lowered. All these kitchens need a little bit of tweaks here and there, but it's certainly going to add a little bit of touch to the kitchen, art in the kitchen. So again, it's just picking up on those trends of not being completely built in, using two tones, using the brass. And I really love this cabinet style, which is a shaker with a bead on the inside. I am not a fan of shaker cabinets, but when you add this little bead to it, I think it really gives a beautiful traditional look. And then of course we also have the great wood floors, and this is the fixture from Watermark. That's unlacquered brass, so it'll kind of tarnish through the years, and you can polish it or not polish it. Again, this is another kitchen that I made sure we had bright light windows from the beginning. She had almost no light in her kitchen, and so I always like to add in good window features too. You know, we gave, I think, plenty of storage, because then we have our pantry over here. So kind of keeping the kitchen cleaner. And now we're on to the shotgun kitchen, which was really a more small kitchen. In fact, as we're going through this video, we're kind of going from a super large kitchen and scullery to Leah's kitchen and down to the shotgun kitchen. But I think we were really successful in using the space in a great way. So here, this kitchen is obviously in the center of the house, and we've got these 4 open rooms in the configuration of a shotgun house. So we had to figure out how to keep things narrow but work, and we chose to do a center island this way. We did not put seating around it because we wanted to get the storage up underneath it and get the sink in the center. But some of the kitchen trends that you may see are using color. You can see we use this really beautiful Hague blue, a Faro and ball, and we did it on this side of the kitchen. So you get it along this bank of cabinets, and you get it along this bank of cabinets, and of course we break it up with this really beautiful farm sink. And then on the other side of the wall, we use a lighter blue-gray color, and of course here we use the idea of more of a butler's pantry and built-in furniture with cabinetry, glass, to keep things nice and open, and again in this long skinny space that gives a little more depth. Using ideas of, again, looking like an old butler's pantry, bringing in glass, so using different cabinet styles. We even brought some beadboard in. Just like we did at the Smiley house, we wrapped the island on 3 sides, and then we used a different color on the inset over here so that it looks like this is one piece of the kitchen, and then this is kind of more built in. You can see we even used we figured out how to use a more traditional deep refrigerator and fit it in here so that we didn't have to spend the money on a 24-inch deep refrigerator. So careful planning allows you to do stuff like that. You can also see that we did mix metals, which I think gives a great richness to the space. So these are all unlacquered brass. This is our beautiful unlacquered brass faucet from Watermark. And then of course that's playing up against the stainless range refrigerator dishwasher area. And then of course we've got our beautiful open shelving, which we've put here, and we've got brackets which it sits on, so it's really stable. Another kitchen trend is, not to have big hoods, so we put in this really beautiful hood design here that just comes straight down from the wall. It just looks like it's part of the architecture of the space. We put in these two great windows, creating the symmetry on the stove. The light is good.
Yeah.
The light is amazing. Yeah, but there's no divider at the top. It needs to have the divider to match the system. Let's see what it takes for them to add the divider, because those look like much newer windows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can see it's really important for things to feel like they're built in and part of the house, to kind of follow lines and add in things like crown molding. This is the middle of the house that you walk through, so we really wanted it to feel part of the architecture of the house, and I really do think that's so important to think about the heights of where your windows are and where your moldings are and your crown, and create certain datums when you're designing your kitchen. And again, that's not at all a trend. That's just really good architecture and design. And so certainly when you're working with your architect or your interior designer, or even just for yourself, keep all those things in mind, so that if you pick up on these little trends like the floating shelving, that you can also have it for a lifetime, because it just fits in like a glove with your house. So there we are. We have open shelving, a more minimal decorative hood. We've got the mixed metals. We've got the colors on the cabinets, and we've got the built-in furniture. So all great ideas for a kitchen. I hope you guys really liked this video and liked all the kitchens, and I hope it gives you some great ideas for your own kitchen. Again, it's not necessarily about a trend. For me, it's a little bit like fashion, where you bring in little pieces and parts of trends, but you always have the basics of good classics that you can keep for a lifetime in there, because it goes with your architecture. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this, and please let us know in the comments below if you did. So please like and subscribe so we can keep this going and keep bringing y'all more fun renovation and design ideas. Thanks, y'all.